Hello. In this video, we will be talking about the tool called OCLC. OCLC stands for One-Click Log Collection. This tool is built in lines of UCMRTMT. It performs functions like config collection and log collection. I will hand it over to my colleague Rajat, who will elaborate the key features of this tool. Over to you, Rajat.
Hi everyone. So we have built this tool OCLC in order to get rid of many issues we come across while dealing with CMS daily. CMS login timeout is a very problemsome feature. Hence, collecting logs, doing live troubleshooting, enabling, disabling traces on multiple nodes, collecting files from multiple servers is a tedious task, and it sometimes is frustrating. So we have designed this tool in order to ease out some of your problems. Like, it can collect the logs from multiple nodes with just one click, and you can do enable and disable traces from just one click, and no need to log in into the web GUI, no need to log in into the SSH servers multiple times, no need to go into SFTP servers, because it can pull your uh, pcap files, log files as well from the tool itself with just one click. So with those all features being said, I'll hand it over to my colleague Kiran, who will give a demo of all the features we have built in and more to come. Over to you, Kiran.
Yeah, well, here is a quick demo of the tool. You can access the tool by clicking on the executable file. Once the tool opens, you will have the following view. You can start by entering the IP address, username, password, and web port of the CMS nodes. The second fields you can see here for what traces you would like to enable and for how long these traces will be enabled. And there are a lot of options which we will be discussing one by one later on. Let's provide the IP address. So for now, I have already provided the IP address here and the username. Let me just quickly give the password again. And this is the port we have given. And I have taken an example of two nodes here. Let me just quickly click on these checkbox. For now, I'll enable for 10 minutes. And let me enable the traces by clicking on this button. As you can see on the right side message panel, it will show that the two valid nodes have found. Three traces have been selected for enabling. And we can see these traces on the server itself. Let me quickly go to the server. Okay, now here you can see that the detailed tracing have been enabled for 10 minutes. So I have enabled it for SIP traffic tracing, DNS tracing, and API tracing. And you can see that it has already been enabled. Let me quickly go to the second server. I'll go to the detail tracing, and you can see here that the logs have easily been enabled by the tool. Let me go back to the tool again. So we have talked about enable traces. Let me quickly go to the disable traces. It works exactly like the enable traces. As soon as I click on that, it will show us how many nodes have found, how many traces have been gone for disabled, and the traces has been disabled here. Let me again quickly move to the server. Yeah, so here you can see the traces have been disabled already. We'll check for the other server as well, and you can see here. Now, we'll talk about the third feature, which is start and stopping the pcaps. So you can see here by clicking on this start pcap, we can initiate the pcaps. So for that, we'll have to select the interface from here. So for now, I have selected a interface, and let me just quickly click on start the pcap. As soon as you will click on this, it will initiate the pcap. And you can see here that the pcaps have been initiated on this node at interface A. Now, you can recreate the scenario now. And as soon as you will be done with recreating the scenario, you can come here to the tool and you can just stop the pcap from here. As soon as you will click on stop the pcaps, you will be able to see that the pcaps have been disabled. Now, let me quickly move to collect the logs. Now here are two options. First is for collect the logs. Second is for collect the pcaps. As soon as I click on collect the logs, it will initiate the command. And we will be seeing that the logs have been collected very soon. Yeah. So here you can see the logs have been successfully collected on this log. Not even just that, you can see that in which file path the logs have been collected. So you can directly go to this file path. So I have already opened it on my PC. So I can go here under the collected files. I can see the logs have been collected. So here you can see that it has distinguished with the IP address along with the timestamp you have taken the logs. Let's suppose if you collect the logs for other time as well, then it will be distinguished like this only. Let me just quickly go back to the collect pcap, and I'll do the same thing for collect the pcaps. And you will be able to see that the pcaps have been collected, and you can see it on the same folder. I'll go here and I can see that the pcaps have been collected. And it will show you what IP address you have collected the logs along with the interface here with time. Now let me go to the live configuration feature. As soon as I'll click on live configuration, it will prompt us with this message where user can define their problem as Rajat mentioned earlier. So here you can give any of the problem with the description, submit it, and it will just show you that the two nodes have been found, and then it will show you that the live configuration file have been collected. Let's just wait for a minute. Oh, okay. Now, so it has successfully fetched the configuration for both the nodes, and you can see the file path here as well. Now let me go back to the file path. So here we can see the live configuration have been collected. If you will open that, you will see on the top summary of the problem along with the description which we have given while taking the live configuration. And here you can see for the first node, it will give you like this along with all the information related to this server. And here for the second node, you can see that it has just differential with this. So here for the second node. Now let me just close this and we'll move ahead for the status or calls. So in the status of calls, it will work exactly like live configuration. Here also you can give the problem statement along with the description. As soon as you will submit it, it will send the file, and here we will be seeing that the go here, we can click on this. As soon as we click on this, we'll see this in the same manner like live configuration. It will give you all the web admin page status along with the calls, recent errors and warnings, and a lot more. And it will be similar like live configuration file you can see here. Yeah. Now, let me quickly go back to the last feature, last but not the least, reset or clear all. But before moving to reset or clear all, I would like to demonstrate one more feature which will be very easy for the end user. So after closing the tool, as soon as you reopen this tool, let me go to the exe file. Yes. So this is here. So as soon as you will reopen the tool, you can see that all the details will remain same except the sensitive information like password. So this tool and reopen this, you will see all the details like this. Now you can just give the password. and use the tool. Now, last but not the least, I'll just reset or clear all the tool. As soon as I'll click on that, it will clear the whole prompt. And you can see it here. Okay, so thank you so much, everyone, for taking out your time. And here are a few features which we have involved in this tool, and there are a lot more to come. Thank you so much.